It's Nolan. What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Today we're going to be talking about Coco Jones. All right, she's got a new interview out right now. She's going over all of the things that she does in the industry, including talking about Grammy nods, overcoming obstacles after her Disney fame. Some of y'all may or may not know her from back during that time. Hollywood's pay equity, which is a very hot topic right now. Of course, with Taraji P. Henson talking about it, Gabrielle Union, Terrence Howard. So many different people are out talking about the pay equity in Hollywood, especially for black people. So she weighs in on it as well. Let's get into this, man, because I think this is very much needed. These conversations are always, always, always welcome. And it's better to come from somebody like a Coco Jones who's young, who's in the midst of it, right? To speak on it while going through it rather than talking about it from a reflective standpoint, because at a certain point you reflect back on things and you can't change them. So in the article they state, after starring on the 2012 Disney Channel musical Let It Shine, Coco struggled to maintain stardom and fell out of the spotlight until she created new buzz through viral TikTok videos before unveiling her reshaped image as Hilary Banks on Peacock's Bel-Air. Jones went on to earn 5 Grammy nominations through her well-received EP, What I Didn't Tell You. It was anchored by her hit ballad I See You, which garnered a remix from Justin Timberlake. She's up for Best New Artist, R&B Album, R&B Traditional Performance, R&B Song, and R&B Performance in this year's Grammy. So who knows what she's going to end up taking home. But like I say, if you're nominated in at least 3 to 4 categories, you need to be going home with something. You know what I mean? On some Jamie Foxx Denzel shit. First off, they get into the music. They say, when you recorded your EP, did you foresee Grammy nominations? She said, I definitely didn't think how far could this go. I was only focused on what was in front of me, who I wanted to present myself to in front of the world. I hadn't released music with a label since I was 16 years old, so my expectations were all over the place. I don't even think I really understood how it works as an adult to release a project and what it means to have a rollout. I was a kid when all of those conversations were being had way above me. My expectation was within myself. Am I leaving everything in this booth every time? I'm giving the world the most fearless version of myself. My expectations have been blown out of the water. From there, they ask her, how much did your fame through Bel-Air play a role in reestablishing yourself? She says, it really opened a lot of doors because before my music came out, Bel-Air came out, which she did go on R&B Money and talk to Tank and Jay Valentine about this, where she wasn't sure if she was going to be able to pursue music and put it out. She had been working on it, ramping it up for so long, but then the Bel-Air opportunity came and that kind of superseded it. And she wasn't sure if she was going to be able to balance both, because a lot of times in Hollywood, they want you to choose one or the other. And in most cases, they're going to want you to lean into TV and film because that's where the big money is compared to music. Well, in her situation, she had the perfect storm, right? So she says, it's always so helpful for people to see a rebranded version of you, especially if you're trying to change, if you're trying to give something new. A very powerful way to be projected to the world is through TV and film as well as music. It all helped with shifting the narrative that I'm not that little kid from Disney Channel anymore. I can be this upper echelon Bel-Air girl, and I can be an artist, and you're going to respect both of them because they're both going to hit hard in a different way. They say you went through a phase after Let It Shine when you put out music with little fanfare. How did you maintain confidence at that time? She says, finding confidence in the in-between stage was only through God. I had placed my value in the industry. If I had a great show, great movie, great song, anything worth talking about, then yeah, you should be confident. Look at what you've done. Look at what you're representing to the world. When I didn't have those things, I didn't really know what to say or what to sing about. I didn't really fit into the roles that were being sent to me. I didn't know when my next perfect match would be an opportunity that I didn't feel like I was forced or I could do better. I didn't have much to brag about. I had to find a different version of value that really comes from passion and tenacity. They asked her who she leaned on during that time of trying to find who she was or who she was going to be and what that next thing was going to be. And she said that she leaned on her mother through the rough patches in her career. Which, shout out to her mom, you know what I'm saying? She says her mom was her first vocal coach. She says her mom was her first vocal coach, first stylist, hair and makeup, glam manager, tour manager, first co-writer, first co-producer. She said her mother did everything. Whatever it took for her to get to the next level, to get where she wanted to go, her mother put 20 on 10 just to make sure shit was getting done. They continue and ask her what is her biggest passion. Is it singing or acting? Of course, as anybody would be able to imagine. She says if we're talking in general, singing or acting, singing for sure. It's not about playing a role. It's genuinely therapeutic to just peel back all the layers and say the rawest, realest version of your truth. I think that's the most comfortable second nature. But acting, there are films and shows that just eat the content and the quality. You get to relive a movie that holds you tight. That is also really dope. I love them for different reasons. I love acting because it's a challenge and you get to separate from who you are personally. Sometimes it's a nice little break. She says she can't wait to play a role where she gets to be crazy because she feels like she's very composed. They go on to ask her about colorism in the industry, right? What are and they also ask her thoughts about Taraji P. Henson shedding tears regarding the gender and racial pay gap. She says everything can and will get better, but it doesn't get better if we don't do anything, if we don't say anything, and if we aren't transparent and honest. I think hiding and pretending that everything's okay will perpetuate stagnant energy. But being honest and being vocal about things that you want to change can always make change and always inspire. It just makes your platform worth meaning. That's why I try to speak up so much on colorism and on being patient with your journey, because as black women, it does take them to a different path. There's definitely been talks of colorism concerning Coco Jones. There's a lot of people out there that feel like she should be a bigger artist. She should have a lot more success. She should have been able to take off a lot sooner, but she was facing, hesitancy from the labels and just the industry in general as a dark-skinned, brown-skinned woman. Not understanding why that shit still matters today, but y'all ignoramuses, and I'm talking about y'all people that make the decisions in these suits at these desks, you fucking idiots, go where the talent is. And she's a beautiful girl. Y'all tripping. She continues, I'm so grateful for women like Viola Davis, Kerry Washington, Angela Bassett, and Taraji. They have all paved the way for me, and it will just get better with time because they continue to kill it at every opportunity and speak up and not be afraid to push back. They'll teach us the same. Then we'll teach the next generation. And one day, maybe when my kids are my age, it won't be such a surprise that we're all the same. You see black women as much as you see white women, and you see any other color of women. That's just the real world. They move forward and they ask, okay, cool. Now when can we expect your debut album? She says, if it was up to me, I would want my debut album to come out in March or April because I would want to go on tour when it's warmer. It was so cold in the past tour. I mean, I could only imagine how cold it was. She was going out during the fall months, and she was also getting rained on stage while performing this music, getting wet and shit like that. Hopefully they could figure out another way to make a dramatic effect without her having to be freezing her ass off. They go on to say, you have a photo of Beyonce holding several Grammys, but you replaced her face with yours. Have you created a similar vision board for the EGOT one day? She says, I did tell myself that this new year, I need to take my goals up higher. I pretty much did everything that I wanted to do so far. I have to believe bigger. I have to expect more from myself. To be an EGOT is a huge, huge, huge flex. I've done theater before. I could do it again. I don't see why not. Maybe it'll be on the vision board. Maybe it'll be added. I definitely want to go bigger and dream bigger. So shout out to Miss Coco Jones. I advocate for everything that she said in this interview. I mean, who wouldn't? You have to be a fucking dickhead not to agree and understand where she's coming from. Definitely looking forward to her debut album. Hopefully it does drop in March or April, because that would mean it's just around the corner, right? She could put it out in the spring, tour through the summer, and going into the fall, right before back to school and all that stuff. Do some things with the colleges and whatnot, if that's going to be in her itinerary. I don't know, but I'm wishing her all the best. Shout out to Coco Jones. Love her on Bel-Air. Her music is soaring. I don't really know if she's going to go back to theater. She didn't really express fond memories of working in theater during the time that she did when she was on R&B Money podcast. But I'm sure if she went back and they gave her the right price tag, she would thug it out. As it pertains to the gender and racial stuff going on in Hollywood, y'all niggas need to tighten that shit up. Quit playing with these people, especially these people that are bringing y'all exorbitant amounts of money off their name, image, and likeness, putting their motherfucking acting skills to the test, getting on camera, putting these fucking hard labor days. Y'all don't understand. Sometimes these motherfuckers be on set 18 hours, 32 hours. Yeah, they may shoot and film for 2 to 3 weeks to get the job done, but that shit can be grueling that entire 2 to 3 weeks, where they may end up doing actual more work than the average person does all motherfucking year, wrapped into that month. I know for people that be going through real shit, it's hard to empathize and understand where these folks be coming from, but just think about how different things are for different people, right? If you stopped working at your job today and became if you stopped working at the job you're at today and became a professional wrestler, yeah, you might not work the same amount of hours as everybody else, but you're putting your body through grueling activity, getting slammed, jumping, running. It takes a toll on you. And although it's not the same level of physicality, I pretty much put the arts, whether it be music, whether it be film, TV, whatever, it kind of falls into a similar category, because you're condensing all your efforts into a shorter period of time, but you're wearing yourself the fuck out along the way. So again, shout out to Miss Coco Jones. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the post notification bell for all updates, and I'll see y'all on the next one. All right? Much love and respect, y'all. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. But I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. But drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. When I catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.